Imagine this, a vast, flat plain at sunrise. As the light just starts to creep over the horizon, a single, colossal tower appears in the distance, almost like a golden needle piercing the sky. Well, that's Gonbad-e Qabus, a monument that's been standing for over 1,000 years, and it's holding on to secrets that still have historians scratching their heads. Today, we're going to try and uncover its story.
You know, the travel writer Robert Byron wrote that back in 1934. And you can feel it, can't you? It still rings absolutely true today. This tower's unbelievable grandeur is what drew him to Persia in the first place, and honestly, it's what still captivates all of us. Get this, including its man-made hill, it soars 72 meters into the sky. That makes it the tallest pure brick tower on the entire planet. I mean, it's basically an 11th century skyscraper, and its silhouette is so iconic, you can spot it from nearly 30 kilometers away.
And think about this, it was finished way back in the year 1006. For over a millennium, it's just been this silent witness to empires rising and falling. And somehow, it has survived everything, devastating wars and even earthquakes strong enough to completely level the cities around it. But here's the thing, this isn't just a tower, it's a ghost. It is the one single spectacular piece left of a once great city, a bustling capital of art and science that was, quite literally, wiped clean off the map.
Okay, so to really understand this incredible monument, we first have to understand the man and the world that created it. I mean, who would build something like this, and why? All right, so the man behind the tower was Qabus ibn Wushmagir. His title was Shams al-Mali, which means son of the eminences. Pretty grand, right? And he was this brilliant poet, a calligrapher, a patron of scientists, and he built this tower in his thriving capital, Georgian. Now, Georgian was a major hub for art and learning until it was completely and utterly destroyed by Mongol invasions, leaving this tower as its only gravestone. So, here's the million-dollar question. How on earth has this one structure survived for so long when everything else around it just crumbled to dust? Well, the answer is in its absolutely revolutionary design and engineering. It was built entirely from these high-quality, unglazed, baked red bricks. And just look at that texture. Over 1,000 years, the sun has just slowly baked them into this beautiful golden color. There's no steel, no concrete, just perfectly fired brick and mortar, engineered to last for an eternity.
Now, architects call this a prime example of the Razi style. And this was, for its time, totally revolutionary. It was a move away from lots of fancy decoration toward this radical new idea that the engineering itself, the mathematics, the perfect geometry, the sheer mastery of brick, that could be the source of beauty. It was architecture stripped down to its powerful, honest core.
And this is where it gets really clever. The tower's genius is its shape. See, it's not a simple cylinder, it's a perfect 10-pointed star. Each of those 10 triangular flanges gives it immense structural support. But it's also just an incredible feat of advanced mathematics and astronomical alignment for its time. And the design is just packed with these amazing innovations. The double-shelled conical roof is so steep and polished that rainwater just slides right off, and birds can't even get a foothold. The entrance arch has one of the first known examples of muqarnas. That beautiful honeycomb vaulting that would become a signature of Islamic architecture. Oh, and get this, there's a spot at the base where a whisper is mysteriously echoed right back to you. So, all this brings us to the central mystery. Why? Why build such a magnificent, enduring, and mathematically precise structure way out here on the plains? The true purpose of this tower, well, it's a riddle that has lasted for a millennium. Everybody knows it as a tomb tower, right? But its true function is still a complete mystery. There have been extensive excavations, and they have found absolutely no trace of a burial. The evidence we do have just points in all these conflicting directions. Okay, so let's look at the competing theories, because this is where it gets really interesting. Was it a tomb for a missing king? There's this legend that says Qabus's body was suspended in a glass coffin from the ceiling, so the morning sun would hit it through a small window. Or was it an observatory for the famous astronomer Kushar Giolani? Maybe it was simply a cosmic column, just a raw symbol of power, a ladder to heaven. But the biggest clue, and maybe the biggest puzzle, comes from the tower's own inscription. It uses the Arabic word qasr,
which means castle or palace, not the word for tomb. He called his own mausoleum a palace, built during his lifetime, which only makes the whole mystery of its purpose that much deeper.
So, this brings us to the tower's incredible legacy. Because whatever its original purpose was supposed to be, it has long outlasted its creator, its city, and even its own name. The journey this tower has been on is just remarkable. From its creation in 1006, it stood this lonely vigil after its entire city was destroyed. Then, in the 1930s, it actually became the heart of a brand new city that was planned and built right around it. And in 2012, it finally got the recognition it deserved as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And that incredible geometry, it wasn't just symbolic. Its alignments were actually functional. So while that eastern window marked the rising sun, the shadows cast by the entrance could be used to figure out the Qibla, the precise direction of prayer toward Mecca. It was a perfect blend of science and faith. Today, it stands as a massive cultural touchstone. Its design actually became the prototype for tomb towers all across the region. It's a testament to the exchange between Central Asian nomads and ancient Persian civilization. And it's the living, breathing heart of a vibrant modern city, a hub for Turkmen culture, which is world famous for its amazing carpet weaving. So we're left with this thought, right? The Tower of Qabus. It might have been built for a king, as a tomb, a palace, or a beacon to the heavens. But after 1,000 years, it's become something so much more. It stands today not just as a monument to one man's ambition, but as a timeless monument to human ingenuity itself.